everybody, and welcome to Fully Charged, the program, episode 43, I think. Even though we've only been doing this rebooted version for a few episodes, but Fully Charged has kind of become the show now where we announce things, make big announcements, and that's what we're doing here again, because it's that time of year again. And I-55 is coming up. It's the international LAN over in Europe. I think Sideshow is going to be playing CSGO, which is really exciting. We're going to talk about that later. But we have a whole bunch of guests here, as you guys can see, starting in alphabetical order, representing Team Ascent. We have TheFragile, we have Rando. Froyotech, of course, we have Mr. Duwatna, we have Mr. Danny. I didn't get to see the order that everyone's names are in, so you can just place it all. My name is Getwhale. I have Buick, and we have all the way the pride of Yorkshire. His name is Sideshow. Who's going to be talking? He's the guy that's actually over there and actually across the ocean and knows, you know, what the buzz is in Europe. But why do we have these two American teams? That's a really great question. I'm glad you asked, Keith. Why do we have these two particular teams?
Why do we have these two?
What's the buzz?
Teams? Well, the buzz is, you know, we're sending our best. We are sending the two best teams that we have available to the tournament with intention to win it. So when you pick these two, I don't know, can you complain with these two choices, Mike? No,
but they want to go. They want to go to Europe, but the whole catch is they need money to do it, and so they're unveiling today fundraisers and their campaigns to go, because we've sent teams over there to Europe for the past few years, and we're gonna do it again.
And do it again, sure. Why not?
Why not? Hopefully, we're gonna do it again. So we're here to talk about that. As we speak tonight on this show, the fundraisers are being unveiled: the Ascent fundraiser and the Froyotech fundraiser. And I think we'll throw the links, I guess, maybe in the chat. And I55.tf and I don't know. I guess all that stuff we're talking about. There it is. I55.tf.
I55. Yes.
So why don't we talk to? Let's go in alphabetical order here. Let's talk to the Ascent team. Hi, Ascent.
Hello. Hey, what's up?
So the past few years, we've sent a whole bunch of teams to Europe, and it's never been you guys. You guys have always got to watch and look and see other teams go. I guess when did this start? When did you guys decide that you wanted to go to this particular LAN this year and try to make a way there? Either of you guys.
Go ahead, Matt.
When Dashner, I guess Dashner came to us, or someone came to us about trying to set it all up, and that was when our team, you know, looked at if it was going to be feasible or not for us to go, and we all can go. The only question mark is Decimate, who might not be able to go. But
yeah. So still a question mark, but you guys are still going to be going, and I'm sure you probably have some idea of what you might do if Decimate can't go. I mean,
do you want to confirm that?
Yeah. Do we have? Can you throw a name?
Yeah. What's the? Yeah. Give us the name. What's the idea? What's the idea?
I think I have a pretty good idea.
Just say it.
Do it, dude.
We have Lord Enigma lined up for us if Decimate can't make it.
Okay,
as a
then.
Backup.
Woo!
Enigma as a backup possibility. Well, that's exciting. I mean, what I want to know is, like, I mean, Nick, Fragile, you've been on several of these rosters, like when the team was known as Exertus and Elevate, and have you just been dying to go this whole time and it never worked out? Because one thing that's really different this year is, since these fundraisers are not, you know, sponsored by TFTV or whatever, each team is doing their own fundraiser. We didn't have to have a qualifier. We didn't have to have a tournament to see who got to go. Have you just been dying to go this whole time, or am I making stuff up?
I mean, I've always wanted to go to Europe for something, and I mean, for pretty much ever since when I was on Pandemic and like we were winning everything, and then we were even like beating the Europeans in their own league. We ended up getting second in the league, and I'm like, that is really upsetting. Now I just want to go over there and show them that we can beat them on even ping. And I've kind of felt that way ever since, and that was what, like 7 years ago now, or something crazy like that.
It's been many years.
Don't worry, we haven't improved since then.
So yeah, I've been really excited to go, and this is a pretty awesome opportunity.
How about you, Rand? I mean, you had a season off, but still, I'd say it's probably the same thing, eh?
Yeah. When we lost the qualifiers, for the last one, I was pretty disappointed. But I mean, you can't win them all.
Sure.
So I'm excited to go this time, though.
Cool. I didn't know about the Enigma thing. That's a surprise even to me, actually. We posted up the link to the fundraiser, and people are looking now to see all the great shit they can get, like jerseys. I mean, while we're talking to the Ascent guys, you have a new team. Obviously, you had a change with regards to your team name and look and stuff like that, and we have jerseys. And I think you're going to be able to see the design. Actually, it's right on the fundraiser thing. Does it feel good to? I mean, I know you had a whole thing where you don't have the same sponsor you had, but is it cool that you actually have real tangible jerseys and people are buying them and stuff? And like, does it feel cool to have all this stuff going on? The jerseys look great.
Yeah, the jerseys look really awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and especially with one of the perks where we get to like sign the jerseys. Like, I don't know, it's pretty cool, I guess. I can't wait to see what the jerseys look like.
Do you have photos of the jerseys or just the logo?
The jerseys somewhere. I don't know if someone has them.
Yeah, if you go to
I can't find them on the page.
Yeah, if you scroll down to the perks under team jerseys, 15 available.
Yeah.
Shows it right there. Yeah, we'll look at that. I'll put it in the little Twitch chat. But yeah, so you get to tell your parents, that you're signing jerseys and stuff and going to Europe and stuff like that. That would be the first thing I would do, call my mom, tell her. Well, that's sick. So so let's talk to these other dudes.
Yes.
Hi, Froyotech.
Hi.
Hey.
I had to wait for you to answer.
Of course.
Shout outs to Banny, who has a backup microphone right now. His mic broke, but we can still hear you. So it's kind of a super different story for you guys because you've been to Europe now. Well, I mean, Grant, you've been more than once. Froyotech has been winning everything. So people might ask, why does Froyotech want to go again? And don't you get sick of beating everyone?
You guys said you've proven yourself time and time again. Like, what is it this time? What's making you still go? Like, is it just the insatiable urge to win? Like, what is it? I don't know.
Well, for me, as the team leader, I want my team to compete in everything. If there's a tournament, we want to be there. And I think if someone's going to represent North America, I think we as a team are more confident that, we could do America proud. We could win the whole event. I trust Ascent will do well as well, but I think we've got a good shot. We won last time. Why not go again? I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
Now, there's one important thing to point out, and that is that a very key member of your team can't go to Europe. His name is Dave, and his internet name is Lansky.
Thomas Lansky.
He's Thomas Dave Lansky, yeah. One of, some would say, like, arguably, maybe the best pocket right now, certainly in North America. Servo going in his place, and that's a pretty big deal, right? I mean, you guys you've been together in this form without a Servo and with a Lansky for a while, and certainly you played. I mean, Servo has had a few games in that. He hasn't been a total stranger, but I mean, how does that feel? Does it feel like a big blow, or is it fine? Like, what's in your heads? Give it to us real.
Real talk.
Well, it is disappointing that Lansky cannot go. He's got other things going on in his life, and just not going to work out for him to make it to Europe. So we do have to replace him for this event. It's temporary. I want everyone to understand that before I go any further. Lansky can't make it to I-55, so we're going to use someone else for I-55. That person, at the moment, we're taking Servo as the pocket. He's been our backup for this season. And I think he was on our roster last season. I don't know. He's played a few games with us, and we get along with him. He's a talented guy. I think it just means that we're gonna have to practice more, but I think we can still perform with someone else. Lansky, like you said, I think he's the best pocket in the game. I think he's like the best soldier in the game, next to Blaze. But I don't know. We'll make it work. I trust that we can make it work.
Does that mean that he, like, when would be the best? Is it like the switchover? Like for the rest of the ESEA season, is Servo going to take over responsibilities there to get practice in, or how? How's that gonna work?
That's pretty much how it's going to work.
Okay.
So Lansky
Okay.
can't make it to I-55. Servo's going
So
to
he's out right
take
now.
over
Okay.
for now so that we get that extra time to practice, to prepare for the event. And yeah, that's the cleanest way to do it.
Makes sense.
And then once I-55 is in the books, Lansky, if he's got the time, he'll come back. Because
Sure.
we love Lansky.
I love Lansky too. He's a nice guy. I still have the sticker on the back of my cell phone of
I
the
got mine
Lansky head.
sometimes.
Yeah. So I guess why don't we talk to this Euro fool that we have here? Sideshow has just been listening intently. Oh, by the
I
way,
have.
before we do that, I wanted to ask Rando, is Lansky the best soldier in the game? That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Servo's the best soldier in the game.
Servo is okay.
Oh,
All right.
good answer. Good answer. Yeah, well, Sideshow, there's a lot to talk about with the Euro stuff because there are some show matches going on as well with some Euro, some other Euro fools, as Admirable is saying. Only one of them, I think, is scheduled right now. But how does Europe feel? Are you shaking in your boots? Like you get to watch these North American guys play. What's going on over in Europe? Give us the scoop, Sideshow.
There's a ton of things happening in Europe. I mean, before this season started, this was the one really building up to the I Series. And there was a push for a real super team, like a reform of maybe Epsilon or something like that. It never seemed to quite materialize, and instead you've got three teams who are both they're all good, and they've all been together and kind of worked a bit more than previously, so they're all decent, but they'll have to work very hard to step up to the level that America's gonna put down. But what it means is with two incredibly strong American teams coming over, they're really, really motivated to improve. And I think whereas previously, it's always been the American teams that are so motivated to come over and prove themselves and be the best on somebody else's turf. It's like possibly the roles are a bit reversed now. There's a real motive for revenge coming over, and Europe definitely wants one back. And all three of those teams, if they find their stride, and they've got a while to do it yet, can definitely do it. It just depends which one. We've tripled our chances by having three teams.
For people that don't know those three teams, what can you tell us about? Like, what are the three teams for people who have zero idea what the Europe scene is going to look like? Who they're thinking of sending to like fight at the LAN? What would those three teams roughly be?
The first team that springs to mind, which was a new formation for this season, but is kind of the core of a previous team, is the one with Zebasai and Tech and Rib, all of these top players that have played at the top of the scene, Stark, for tons of time. They're currently called Tony's Tigers, I think, which is a ridiculous name, but
because they're not good, they're great.
Absolutely. Right. So they're at the top. They've got some incredible talent, and on paper they should be an amazing team. But they haven't really had an opportunity in the season yet to prove it because they've just been playing against lower Prem teams. So I'm expecting them to hit their stride a little later in the season and be able to like really step it up with the focus now on LAN. Just from talking to all of these teams as well, in the past 2 weeks, the focus has really shifted to LAN. So whereas previously it might have been like the focus on this season or like just making sure they gelled as teams, I think the real push for LAN has started, and they're absolutely 100% focused on making sure that they perform at I-55.
Yeah.
So the second team and the third team as well. The second place is Reason, who were playing last season. Probably seen them before. It's the one with Cadus and Captain and Skeege. So lots of talent that's been stuck together. So it's they're not just another EU pug team. They've got some talent, and they've got the synergy as well. And all of those players have been improving over seasons and seasons. So they're going to go there with a bit more experience. And the other team is TLR, who under Heiss's guiding hand, and he always manages to somehow turn low-prem dribblers into a coherent and cohesive team, boasting Shadowburn as well. So That'll be an interesting one at LAN. Shadowburn on LAN ping.
Scary. Shadowburn is good. I like him. I wanna go to Banny though, because Banny, in the article by Alkaline, which is live now on the Team Fortress TV site, you had some interesting comments on these European teams. You know, Pug Dream Team was thrown around as a term. Talk to us about Europe, Banny.
I don't know. I just feel like their best team is different every season. It's a different roster, just switching people around. Then when the I series comes around, it's just like, oh, let's throw together a dream team, you know, stuff like that. And it didn't work last year, so I don't think it's going to work this time.
Do any of these teams? I mean, you just heard Sideshow talk about them. Do any of those teams? Are you concerned about any of them right now, or how? You know, like the three he just listed.
Every team will be good, obviously, but it's not going to be better than, like, it's not going to be any different than what we face when we go to ESEA LAN. You know, it's basically the same thing, and we've been competing for so many years, so many seasons. Like, I don't know, we don't really treat any team differently. I don't know, so it doesn't really matter to me, and I feel like it's only going to hurt them to not have like teams that have been around for so long and like competed on LAN multiple times together, which Ascent, you know, they've been building that team for like 4 seasons now, and the core of players has been there, but that's not really the case for a lot of the European teams.
I think a lot of the European teams, they have the players at the top who've all played together in tons of different teams, and so you're able to mesh in any players you want into a team, and they're able to synergize properly. And another thing is that I-52 Epsilon was not like a dream team. It was the best that they could put together. You know, it was like every time we've had this, it's been, you know, I-46, we could predict what was going to happen. I-49, it was fairly predictable what was going to happen. I-52 was fairly predictable, but it was closer than we thought it'd be, apart from the final, obviously. But they hadn't had breakfast. Mike hadn't had his Weetabix. So,
well, we've heard rumors on some names being thrown around that are trying to make teams. Sideshow. We were talking about that a little bit.
Ooh,
I know they're rumors.
Just
rumors.
That's what we're here for. That's why we brought you on board, buddy.
Rumors are my currency.
Yes,
So,
really?
yeah, Mike has been getting really keen recently, but he doesn't have a team for LAN, so I don't know why he's been getting so keen. That's really odd, isn't it?
He doesn't have enough friends in Wales.
No,
in the Welsh team.
No friends in Wales for him to spend his time actually, you know, doing things off a computer. So, and then Nox as well has suddenly become a little more available. You see him playing pickups and
I saw him playing pickups today.
Yeah. And then I saw the two of them in a Mumble channel, and they were just having a little chat. So very odd, Keith, very odd.
Perhaps.
So, what do you think they were doing there?
What do I think? I couldn't possibly even speculate, Getwhale, but I heard the word I-55 being bopped around a little bit, so I think those guys, they're interested. They're testing the water, dipping their toe in, you know, seeing what's around.
Okay.
And as Banny says, they'll make another Pug dream team, but possibly better than the I-52 one, and it doesn't even have to be as good as the I-49 one. And we'll still win.
Mike is in the Twitch chat right now saying they were playing Hearthstone. So there you go. Mystery solved. Duwatna, I want to talk to you too. I mean, you were in Europe. You have played against some of these dudes. What's your whole take on the whole Euro thing? Is Banny right? Like, are they all just full of crap, or what do you think about it? What's the Duwatna?
I don't know. From my perspective, it was like my first time really being with them and like going to LAN with my team. So I was still trying to feel it out, you know, trying to get a grasp on how we play like on LAN, because it is different. So when I got there, I did really bad. I can say that. Like, I did absolutely terrible. I was carried really hard, but then like towards the end, I started picking it up. I started getting a hang of it, and it got better from there. I did start with 60 hertz, but at the end, we actually got some decent monitors and got to play. Yeah. In the grand finals, I don't know. I seem to play really well when I'm under a lot of pressure. When I'm more relaxed, I seem to like not care and just do stupid things, but when it comes down to it, I think grand finals is what matters. So I usually do really well then.
So is it serious? Are you going to buckle down and like practice harder than before, or like you said, you were pretty new to the team still at the time, but
Yeah.
are you into it?
I mean, yeah, I just don't know. I hardly know anything about like the European teams. I know I've watched Cadis's stream. I watched him play a little bit. I know what his team can do. They're pretty good. I don't know what Europe has in store for like I don't know if Mike's joining a team, making a team, but I mean if they're getting real serious about it, I'll put in the time. I'll practice, of course.
Fragile, I want to ask you while we're talking about putting in work, obviously the Ascent roster now, everyone is saying it's pretty much the best, potentially the best roster you guys have ever had.
I think it is.
When does the work start being put in? Because, I'm thinking about it from your guys' perspective. Really, you're facing not only the defending champs that you have to knock off, that you get to play, a couple times a season, but you have, whatever Europe is throwing too. What's in your head as you, I guess, get ready at the end of August to head over there?
As I told Alkaline, we haven't hit our ceiling yet. I don't really think we have a ceiling, but we're not even close to there, if there is one. We are still a little bit uncoordinated because even though we're mostly the season 16 roster, we do have Shrugger. And Shrugger's fitting in just fine. It's just that, we have to like revisit a bunch of strategies on certain maps, and we haven't even played all the maps yet. But we have a ridiculous amount of potential, and we aren't even close to that yet. And I am very confident that we can beat Froyo even with Lansky. I think we might be able to beat Froyo right now with Servo, just because Servo has yet to fit in totally. But Servo was ridiculously
Didn't we play
good.
you guys last week? What the fuck?
Yeah, you did, and we lost. However, that's what I mean. I'm saying like once we start getting much better, I think we can definitely take maps from you guys. And Servo, I think Servo will fit in fine. It just might take him a couple of weeks. Because Servo was ridiculously good on what was it, Renahomies?
Yeah.
So he was really, really good, and I think he'll fit in just fine. But yeah,
He's much better than me, much better than Lansky, much better than everyone else.
And yeah, it was disappointing to lose to Froyo a week ago because we brought it back and then we really messed up.
I was about to say, was there a point in time for either of you guys where, like, during that match, you realized you guys took, so you went down 3-0, and then you instantly took, like, after halftime, 3 rounds really quick, and you were rolling. The momentum was, like, there. Was there, like, a point in time when you're like, damn, we can do this. We can definitely beat these
Best
guys.
NA team.
Yeah. Like, those 3 rounds you got, it's like 3 rounds in a row, momentum, I don't know.
Yeah, the last 2 rounds it came down to like one crucial mistake each round. I can't remember what the last one was, but the second to last round we got a pick and then we like pushed flank for some reason instead of going right into their combo, and like that took way too long, and their pick respawned, and then it was really sloppy. It was really stupid on our part, and we were very upset.
Boys, it's all over. We don't have to live in the past,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, like, when does it start? Like, the season, I believe, is over in July. Is it like, when do you start really hitting it like crazy to prepare for Europe, Nick?
Well, we want to specifically prepare for the European teams by reviewing a lot of their matches and their specifically the demos, obviously, just to see how they do mids, how they do holds, see how it differs from NA, if it differs at all, which I'm sure it does. And then we're gonna start watching some of our own demos just to analyze our mids, analyze our holds, and see where we're strong and where we fall apart. And we plan to go really, really hard.
You guys are doing a show match. Your show match is going to be against Reason, who we already mentioned. Rando, what do you think? The article says, and Nick just said, that you guys haven't really hit your stride. You've been there playing now this whole season. You're in great form.
Am I? I feel like I'm playing like shit.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty bad.
So you feel like you do have like a ton of growing, as Nick said, and a lot further to go in terms of
Alright.
getting way better.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
more
things
in you.
to do, and I don't feel like my aim is where it was before I quit. So I need to get back to that.
Okay.
That Rando, not this one.
I think it looks fine, Keith. We've been watching matches.
We've been casting them, and
I've been
alright.
talking about how scary the Rando solo Uber is. Looks
The
fine to
chaos
me.
pocket.
Yeah. So we do have show matches that are going to be happening. Like I said, Ascent is going against Reason. Froyo is playing ZZ.
Who?
That's happening. ZZ.
Easy.
Sideshow,
Tony's
can you
Sounds
fill
great.
us in?
Fill
Yeah,
fill
that's
us in,
Tony's
please.
Oh, yeah,
Tigers.
they're
That's
called
the
Tony's Tigers.
Zebasai
Sorry.
Tech
Yeah, sorry.
team, etc. The ones who are at the top at the moment. They're
Easy.
they were called ZZ. Now they're called
Okay.
Tony's Tigers.
Tony's.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
Sideshow,
don't have the
if you-
luxury of having the orgs sponsoring us.
Sure.
Coors Light. Sideshow, Sideshow, if you had to like call out like a favorite team, like who do you think is going to be the team to beat from Europe? I know there's several ones, and the friggin' thing happens in Europe, and obviously they're all pretty much European teams. But like, is there a feeling of who is the favorite? Is there one team that we should be worrying about if we're in?
It's going to be ZZ. It's definitely going to be ZZ in my opinion. Unless Mike and Nox create some kind of Frankenstein abomination that manages to come to life, which at the moment I'm kind of discounting just because it's a bit of a pipe dream. I think if it can manage to come together quickly, then it'll be incredible. But if they dilly-dally around and there's always that possibility, then you should really be looking to ZZ, sorry, like the Tony's Tigers guys, because they've got so much individual talent, and at the moment they're just kind of messing about. They're just rolling their way through the season. They're trying out tons of different rosters to see what fits, and they have yet to even start taking things seriously, and they're still at the top of Europe. So as soon as they start pulling things together, and there's some European teams that are considering boot camping before. I mean, they're really taking I-55 as the serious time to slay NA and come back into it. So there's going to be a real push towards making things actually serious. And when you don't have ESEA to play for, and you're not playing for top money, and then suddenly you've got this huge occasion to play for, there's like such a ramp up in the amount of hours you're willing to put into things and the amount of potential you can unlock. And so I think those guys have the biggest potential. But the Reason roster also you should watch for, because they're steadily improving as a team and they have a ton of team synergy already. And yeah, they're getting a lot better. And they're all working off each other as well. It's not the same situation before in Europe where you've got like a super team and no one who can touch them. Because that just doesn't develop the scene at all. Like neither of the teams particularly get better. But whereas at the moment you've got three teams who are all really close, and every week they're just stepping their game up.
The Ips Mega Team, is that going to happen?
He wishes. He says he's going to a festival.
Oh.
Yeah.
Festival.
A festival. Festival of gaming. I'll
Yes.
see you there.
Festival of Gaming. I've heard of those. Keith, we heard a rumor of another North American team, didn't we? It's only a rumor.
It's only a rumor. There's
Who is
there's
that?
Some, I don't know, some memes are involved, I guess you could say. I don't know. Just a rumor. Just a rumor.
Rolling my eyes.
If if the cards stack up right, we could be triple represented there, but we don't know yet. So
Well, it's a very good team. Do you want to say their name?
yeah, it'll be 20B. 20B. So we potentially may see three teams going there. I'm sure people would love to see those dudes go out there and fight. Some of them have been to international lands before. Maybe can buck everybody else down and put in the proper practice needed. But if things fall into place, could have three teams. So hype for that.
We could. Hype for that.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. I mean, this first time for a lot of things. If we sent three, that would be a first time for that. The first time that each team is doing their own fundraisers. I hope people go out this summer and get their paper routes and stuff so they can make enough money and donate to all the teams. You know what I mean? I hope that people, maybe they've been just watching the show, but you should go check out the perks and stuff like that. There's unusuals and stuff like that. There's good perks. I have to go and decide what one I want to do. I want a signed jersey or a signed poster. You know what I mean? If I get a signed poster from you guys, will you write a funny message for me?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah?
Whatever you
All
want.
right, good.
I don't know. What else, Keith? What else do we want to ask these guys?
No, I mean we can just go to some. I want to talk about some more of the perks too. For anybody else out there, it starts with like you get some, some digital items. You get unusual raffle at like a certain level towards the bottom. You get credit in the outro. But then as we go up a little more, stuff like demo reviews, and that could be used for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a top team or not, or a mid-open team. Just getting demo reviews from either of these two teams, like, something to look forward to right there. As we go up, posters, jerseys, getting your games casted, just take a look. Take a look at, just a reminder to take a look at each of those donation pages, So,
Yeah, these these fundraisers, there's no attachment with Team Fortress TV, but obviously we'll
No.
be doing coverage of the whole event and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And yeah, I55.tf, we mentioned that. I didn't give shout outs actually yet. The unusuals for the thing, the unusuals were put up by TF2 Pickup. So shout outs to TF2 Pickup.
Yep.
And Essentials.tf are helping to pay for jerseys to be made. I can't wait to see the real version of the jerseys. I want to ask Ascent. A lot of people have been asking what your acronym stands for. Is that something you're prepared to address on this episode?
Are you prepped?
No, we can't.
You can't?
No
can't
one
actually talk
will
about
ever know. We can't even
Like,
tell Tag being our backup. He doesn't even know.
If you win I-55, will you
No.
tell? No?
There is literally no scenario where we will ever tell anyone.
All right.
There's
But I
literally
will
no
say, I
acronym.
will say,
You just smashed
no,
your
no, no, no,
forehead
no,
on
no,
the
no, no.
keyboard.
It does actually mean something.
I was gonna say it does actually mean something, but no one will ever know.
All right, you did.
Wow. Illuminati.
Wow.
Yeah,
Illuminati, I know.
somebody asked this.
Someone's done it before.
Wow,
No.
there you go. There it is.
Excuse me, Shrugger said that BP stood for nothing. It was confirmed. So that's out of the bag. BFNS does stand for something, but no one will ever know. That's
Shrugger
it.
is a loyal
Just make it up.
teammate. Shrugger's part of the BP Illuminati.
That's fair.
Now he's part
Ascent's
of the
just a poor man's
BFNS.
Froyotech.
Oh boy.
Everybody in EU knows it. They're only scared of one team.
All right. Well, did we have anything else that we wanted to talk about, Keith? What do you say?
No, I want to ask for people who haven't been there, like like Banny, Duwatna, you guys have been there. What when you go to, like, a lot of people, we've all been to ESEA lands in regards to, or you guys have been to the ESEA lands for at least the American scene, but like for those of you that have been to the international lands before, how big like is getting over, doing all the traveling, doing all the jet lag? Like, we know lands are stressful. You don't get a lot of sleep sometimes as is, but like, is like getting no sleep, does that affect you guys, or do you plan any differently prepping for an international land compared to an ESEA land? Like what kind of thoughts go into that?
Well, my travel, I don't know about it. I don't remember everybody else's travel. My travel kind of sucked, and like for some reason I always get sick when I travel, and it blows. But I drove 5 hours to Clock's house, 8-hour flight over there, then 2-hour bus ride, and we were finally there. And it was kind of annoying, and I'm not looking forward to that part at all. But once you get there, it's a lot of fun. The venue we were at last time, is it going to be the same this time? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's huge. It's just like a huge soccer stadium. So like, there's all kinds of things to do. It's a fun time once you get there. Travel, not so much.
Do American
does
players?
Does it feel nice
Doesn't
knowing
smell
that
like
you've
nerds.
been there? You already know what to do. Like, I'm thinking of Platinum, who showed up late or whatever, had a whatever in the hell happened there with like a late flight or something like that at a land before. Like, I don't know. Is there an advantage to having been there already, Fanny?
Sure. I mean, you know what to expect. That's always an advantage. You kind of know how much time you need to settle in. I think a day is enough. At least for me, like, I don't know, jet lag never really fazed me, and travel never really bothered me. I'll do whatever it takes to get there, and hopefully get there on time. I don't know. As long as you like are able to communicate with other people, it all works out. You know.
I think there was a fairly big difference in the quality of the NA teams from day one to day two, though. You guys seem to play a lot better the second day round. Whether that was due to jet lag or just getting there or fitting into what was going on, I don't know. But I thought I could see a step up in play on the second day compared to the first.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe we're just shaking off a little bit of rust or something. I don't know. Who knows? But I think our team in general is the kind that always steps it up when the game is like super important. You've probably seen us like not me personally, but a lot of my teammates fucking around in some ESEA matches.
What?
I never fuck around.
I've never heard of that.
I remember, Steve, you challenging someone to a mid-air melee battle.
I don't recall that. No,
Well,
not at all.
things like that would never happen in like a grand final.
And these are the casuals EU has to face.
There'll be no
I-55.
controllers at LAN.
Yeah, where are the controllers at? Is he
I
gonna
will
bring
be
his controllers?
confiscating controllers.
Okay, good.
No, I don't know. There'll probably be some controllers. I've learned this season that I can't actually control my team, which is a sad moment for me, but I think they care about winning as well, ultimately, so
Sure.
they'll put them away at the right time.
No.
Rando, is this the LAN where Froyotech just falls apart and all lose their minds? That's what I'm
don't know.
seeing in your eyes.
I don't know. It's probably been coming for a long time, so it might be the land, but who knows?
I know, man.
Yeah. I mean, what's the most important part of this whole LAN? I mean, is it pride? Is it money? Is it the fame, the big stage? Like, or is it just the experience?
I'll be playing for money.
Yeah. All the money. That's all it is.
That 50 euros that we might pocket
For
if
the
we win.
money.
Wow. 50 euros.
Not bad.
What about you other guys? Like Nick, what do you think? What's it about to you?
Well, I mean, going specifically for I-55, it'd certainly be for pride and the experience. It's not about the money because we're all broke gamers anyway, and there's not really money in TF2, which it's whatever. I mean, mostly everyone, or just about everyone, plays for to have fun and the experience. No one's getting rich off of TF2 really, at least from winning competitive TF2.
Sure. Now, when you guys going over here, so you're used to ESEA lands. Okay, I guess this could be specifically for Froyo. Now, you're used to ESEA lands. There's not like you're not walking into a huge soccer stadium full of all these teams, all these players. Like I guess you had a little bit of experience, or all of you guys did at GXO. But what's it like to like show up to an event like this? Show up to this land. Like, is there a bunch of all your little fanboys and fangirls from Europe? Are they coming up to you? Are you surrounded by people? Is it nice to like see these people and hang out with them, or how does that work out? It has to be a lot different than an ESEA land. I can only imagine.
It's actually pretty similar. I mean, you get a few people that want to come say hi that
Sure.
maybe you've talked to in like Twitch chat or something.
Yeah.
Maybe some people have like a mouse pad to sign. It's always fun, you know.
That's to be interesting. Like you must get asked to like sign things all the time. Like actually sign my mouse pad. I can't fathom that. That's awesome.
The first few times it might be a little bit weird, but you get used to it. You kind of think about your signature and stuff like that, and I don't know.
How to sign it nice.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fun. It's not really a big deal, and I'm always open to saying hi, meeting people at LAN.
Yeah.
A lot of people may be a bit more like closed off to that kind of thing, but I try to like make it clear that anyone can come say hi, you know.
Mhm.
And I think it's nice to, because those LANs, they're community LANs like GXL and I-55. They're going to be like anyone can really be there to play, and maybe for them they have no hopes of doing well in the tournament, but it's going to be kind of a social event to meet people and just play the game with people that love the game just like they do, you know?
So you're going to be signing mouse pads, is what you're saying at the LAN.
So he said he's practicing his signature. So all right.
Set up a table and just sell mouse pads.
It'd be nice to have anybody apart from just Shade come and socialize with us and drink with us as well, because I think he was the only one who ended up playing drinking games. The rest of you far too keen, man. Far too keen. Maybe that's why you won. Maybe that's why you won. You know. But yeah, for EU, it's like a big community event. It's like you're going out there and you're meeting all the people that you've played with and you've played pickups with and you've like moved up the tiers with and stuff. So it's a huge thing for for European TF2, it's like the competition kind of runs second fiddle, or has done until it became like an international event. For all the previous I series, it was just you went there and you met everybody, and it was like a sick community event. And it's kind of just developed a little bit into more of a competition.
Goodly.
Somebody said hopefully Shintaz and Coleman cast, and I hope so too.
We don't want Coleman stabbing anybody again, though, because that was just unacceptable behavior.
I think we're getting close to wrapping up here. I want to give an update that so far, Ascent have raised more money than Froyotech.
Ah.
Deserved.
$154. Oh my lord! Just
Damn.
while we've had this show started. So I think we probably want to call it here in the next few minutes. We'll get some little comments. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this. The systems are 144 hertz this time. Is that exciting?
Oh,
That's
are
good,
they?
right?
That sounds great.
It's
Yeah.
extremely exciting.
It's such a difference.
Video games. Yeah, Keith. Unless you got anything else, I'll give these guys a chance to sell their little their campaigns, and we'll let Sideshow say whatever he wants to say.
Yes.
Anything, Keith? What do you want to say, Sideshow? We'll let Europe
Sideshow,
lead
go
because
for it. You go
Europe
for
has
it.
been around longer.
You want Europe first?
Yeah,
Right.
please.
I won't go the route of saying don't give any money to these guys so that we definitely win. I'll not go that route. You should definitely be sending these guys over, just even if you are European, because it's a fantastic event. It's literally going to be the most competitive I series ever as well. Because even if we only have 2 American teams over, right, there's a possibility of 3. Then there's going to be 3 EU teams that are all around the same level. I don't think we've ever had 6 teams there that can all compete around like the same level and be able to take maps off each other and stuff. It'll just be ridiculous. It'll be the most competitive I series ever, even if the Australians aren't there, which is a real pity that they can't make it this time and they don't have like a team that's willing to come. But it's just going to be a fantastic event, and I am so ridiculously hyped for it. It's going to be fantastic.
Excited. Ascent. I guess Nick, you're maybe the spokesperson.
Sure.
Way to go.
Did it?
All right, so we're really cool, we're really good, and we would like to beat European people as well as just like everyone else who decides to like oppose us. And we would really like to go to I-55. That would be an incredibly awesome experience, and if you could help us get there, that would be extremely appreciated. That's all I got.
That's how cool Nick is. He can't even make his appeal without getting text messages buzzing off.
No, that was Twitter blowing up for some reason.
Rando, do you have anything to add to that from your guys' side?
No, not really. I'm sorry.
You guys want to go? You want to play
the games
video
will be
game?
real good, so you
Yeah.
should give us money.
It's gonna be real good.
They will be. No, this is the team. I mean, think about that too. It's a team that took some rounds off Froyo. We're sending the 2 best teams. So the games will be good, as he said.
I mean, we beat Froyotech twice with Alpha, so we have Sugar now. We probably win. We'll see though.
All right.
I think Alpha's great. Annie, what do you got?
Well, I'd just like to remind everyone, check out i55.tf. There's some really awesome perks, and I am pretty excited to be like fulfilling a lot of those, which includes like, the t-shirts and stuff, the streaming of your matches, like shoutcasting, demo reviews. I've always been open to like helping people out with that kind of stuff. So it'll be exciting to give back to the people that are supporting the fundraiser for I-55. Our team, we're going to I-55, and I think people can expect us to do pretty well. I think America, you should all send us so that we can do you proud. Europe, you should help get us there so that you can prove that we're not as good as maybe everyone thinks. So both sides have a reason to send us, I guess, and it's going to be the best tournament of the year, really. So if everyone wants to see great TF2, you want to get the best teams there, and I think it all just makes sense. So I hope you guys can help us out.
Duwatna, anything?
I don't have anything to add to that, except I think
Clockwork Dog is missing. Skippy. Someone needs to find him.
Skippy's
So-
missing.
Yeah.
Great.
Just help out Matt. That's all.
Well, there are some names we didn't mention. Actually, there were some shout-outs like sponsors, people like Uber Chain as well, who's done work to get this stuff together. Who are some of these sponsors? Dasher's getting me to remind. Like, yeah, TSC and Blue and some of these people. A lot of people have put in a lot of work. I mean, to make the jerseys, like we mentioned, Essentials.tf, Unusuals being put up by TF2 Pickup. You know, without the work of all these people, we wouldn't really have, you know, these cool little fundraisers. So there's that. Cool. So Keith, you had nothing else?
Nope.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
shout-outs then to all these guys for coming and joining us and doing the show, and it was great. Shout-outs to Dashner for doing the damn thing. Shout-outs to Curtis the Gamer, who wanted to, but his power went out and he couldn't do it. But we love Kurt. And Alkaline for writing the article. Go check it out right now on teamfortress.tv. Go to i55.tf. It's going to be the hub between now and August. I-55, it's happening in August. It's really close. So go check out all the stuff on teamfortress.tv. Go to these guys' fundraiser pages. It's all linked through the article, i55.tf. That's it. So thanks, everyone, and we will see you in Europe. All the best.